When someone is charged with a crime, one of the questions I often hear is, how do I make this go away? And that's understandable. A criminal charge doesn't just affect your freedom, it affects your family, your future, your reputation, and everything you have worked for. And here's what decades in the courtroom have taught me. Being charged with a crime is not the same thing as being convicted. In fact, many cases never make it to trial at all. I'm David Kiatta with Segura Kiatta, a criminal defense law firm in Sugar Land, Texas. And I want to talk to you plainly and honestly about how criminal charges are beaten, how they're dismissed, how they're rejected, and how they're erased. Sometimes a case ends early, before charges are formally filed. Your lawyer may be able to go talk to the district attorney and get the charges rejected before they're filed. When this happens, it may be because the prosecutor has examined the charge and realizes it's weak. Maybe a witness has changed their story. Maybe they realize the police engaged in illegal conduct. Now, a rejection of the charges is powerful, but it's not permanent. If a witness changes their story or if the police gather more evidence, the prosecutor can refile the charges. Once charges are filed, then the focus shifts to dismissal. Knowing how and when to push for a dismissal is where the experience of a lawyer really matters. If we're able to make a successful challenge on constitutional grounds, then the case often falls apart and charges are dismissed. An experienced lawyer knows all the rules and knows how to make sure the government follows them. Now, if a charge is not dismissed, that does not mean you're out of options. Sometimes you reach a negotiated resolution with the prosecutor or a plea bargain. Sometimes a negotiated resolution may significantly reduce the charges and the penalties for the offense. And lastly is setting the case for trial. And sometimes that's what you got to do to get a not guilty verdict and to get the charges dismissed. And you'd be amazed how many times the government dismisses charges right before the trial begins. That's why you need an experienced lawyer that actually goes to trial, and the government knows that lawyer will hold them to their burden of proof. Even when charges are rejected or dismissed, that doesn't mean your record's clear and they just disappear. Steps have to be actively taken to clear your record, either through an expunction or a sealing of the records. Now, when we represent someone, our goal is to put them in a position for an expunction. That is where charges are dismissed, and then they can file the expunction, which erases the charges. And in an expunction, the government is required by law to destroy the records of your arrest. If an expunction is not possible, maybe you'll be eligible for sealing the records or an order for nondisclosure. That means the records are sealed from the public, but law enforcement still has access to them. If you've been charged with a crime, contact us at Segura Kiatta. Let's talk about your case, your rights, and we'll explore the best way to protect you, your future, and your freedom. Call or click the link below. We're here ready to fight for you.